Hi, welcome at Yogasite. The series we are going to do now is focused on the hip, so opening up the hip by using some pralaya exercises, especially for people like me that are not too flexible in their hips. We start with an exercise for opening up, strengthening the outside of the lower leg. So you take a block and you place your heel just on the outside part of the block. With your left hand you grab your block, with your right hand you take your lower leg, and then you activate your foot so the ankle is not stretched on the outside. That's important. And then you come rocking from side to side. And when you're on your right sitting bone, you move your foot, you turn it towards the floor. So the movement is not from your knee, but it's really coming from the movement of your foot. And you feel it on the outside of the lower leg, or maybe you feel it in the right buttocks. So you rock from side to side, slowly. Imagine that you're on a boat. Or something. Imagine nothing, whatever. So you do that for a little while. And then you come sitting on your block. You place your left heel near the block. Right foot is in front of you and you place a block just under the knee. Right foot is turned outside, your little toe is on the floor. You place your hand somewhere on the floor and in a position where your back can stay straight. So not bending the back. Then you start pushing with your right foot into the floor and your right knee is pushing into the block. You start twisting with so the outside of the leg is active and you start twisting. Inhaling, you twist your pelvic to the left, exhale back to the center. Inhale, twist, exhale, release. Inhale, twist, exhale, release. And keeping the right foot active, pushing into the floor, knee pushing into the block while you are twisting. And it's really small movement from the pelvic left back to the middle. And you come out of that. Then you come standing, placing the block on the floor in front of you. And then you place the ball of the foot just on the edge of the block. Left foot is somewhere just behind, or if you're more flexible, you can place your left foot a little bit more to the front. But maybe you start here. Then you bend forward, you bring your belly to the upper part of your right leg, bending the right knee. And you can place your fingertips on the block, or if you're more flexible, you place your fingertips on the floor. If this is both too much, you can place your hands just above your knee. Let the head and neck relax, move the shoulders away from the ears, belly touches the upper thigh, and then you start moving with your hips from left to right. While doing that, you lift the toes, so you lift your right toes away from the block. And just breathe and move and observe what's happening in your right hip and on the outside of your right leg. And then place your hands above your knees. Inhale, come up. Place both feet hip width apart and then just bend forward, bending the knees, grabbing the heels with your hands,
Come into a forward bend and just observe that there's now more space on the right side compared to the left side. Inhale, place your hands above your knees and then come up. Then we're going to do a little bit more intense exercise. You place one block at the right side of your mat, at the left side of your mat. So you place one block at the left side of your mat on the back. And you place your right foot in the front of the mat, in the middle, and you turn your foot outward, so your little toe is touching the floor. Then you walk with your left foot as far back as possible, and you place your knee or your shin on the block. You bend forward, walk with your hands as far forward as possible, letting the head move towards your right ankle, and then start pushing your right foot into the floor. Inhaling, twist to the left, exhaling back. Inhale, twist, exhale back. If you want, you can activate your left buttocks. When you twist, exhale, release. And then just come back slowly out of this position. And come standing in the forward bend. So place your feet hip width apart. Exhale, bend forward. Grab your heels. And again, notice if you can observe any difference between the left and the right side. Bring the weight into your heels, lift your toes, and then slowly rock from side to side. So the weight goes from your left foot into your right foot and back, slowly moving. And then we go further on the right side. Place your feet a little wider apart and then come into a squatting position. Place your hands in front of you and then start twisting. So moving the right knee to the front towards the floor, moving the left knee back and change side. Make sure your heels are moving with you. So if the right knee goes to the front, the left heel also goes to the front. If you have more flexibility in the hips, maybe you can place your hands a little bit more forward, bending more forward. I just see where you are. And you just twist a little bit from side to side. Okay, and then you come back to a squatting position on your mat. You lift your hips. You bring your right arm under your right upper leg and then move your left arm behind you and grab your hands. If that's not possible, you take a strap. Okay, and then you start moving the hips down and up. Make sure belly stays long. And just move a couple of times and just start feeling something burning in your hips. And then lift your hips. Bring your weight into your right foot and start lifting your left heel. Inhale, exhale, let go. Let go of your arms. Place your hands above your knees and come up standing. And just take a while to feel what's going on in your right hip. Take some time
to give the body a break and breathe. And just stay aware of what you're feeling. Then when you're ready, you bend forward on an exhale, bend your knees. Place your fingertips on the floor. Somewhere in line with your toes or a little bit more to the front makes it a bit more easier. Your head and your neck are relaxed. You bring your weight into your left heel. Lift the left toes. And then lift the right foot from the floor. Make sure shoulders are away from the ears and make sure that your belly is long. And your belly is touching your upper leg. Then lift your right leg up to the side and start making little push-ups with that knee. Moving the knee up and towards the right shoulder. Don't forget to breathe. Just do it a couple of times. If you want to make it more intense, you stretch your leg out, bringing the foot forward and up. And then if you're done, place your right foot on the floor. Bring your hands above your knees. Inhale. Come up and exhale. And then you come sitting on the block. In cross-leg position. And just make sure if you're sitting up straight, close your eyes and observe the difference between your left and your right hip. And the difference in your legs, the feelings. And maybe you observe that there's running more energy into the right leg. You might also observe that the right hip is a little bit more open than the left one. So you can replay the video and do the same exercises on the left side to stay in balance. Namaste.